Hi guys, welcome back to Bee Adventures, another awesome cooking video. This time it's going to be about steaks, how to cook a good steak. Now there's plenty of different cuts of the beef, the cow, and obviously you got filet mignon and Scotch filet, the top premium steaks. I was actually going to cook that for you guys, but I thought, no, let's go something more common, and it still applies to all steaks anyway. I've got here a beef rump, meaning from the booty. Usually it's a cheaper cut. This is Australian dollars, and this is half a kilogram. Okay, so just to give you guys an idea. Also, some people may not have good beef in their locality, so that's actually why I'm making this video. I've got friends in Philippines and other places that don't necessarily have good beef. Alright, so this was actually frozen. I actually froze it, and now it's defrosted. It's really cold, a little bit hard in the middle, but it's still soft enough. See, I can push it. The reason why I do that already tenderizes the meat, okay? So that's tip number one. Freeze the steaks, obviously so they keep longer in your refrigerator, but as they defrost, they will also tenderize and become nice and soft. So there's a tenderizing tip there. If you want to cheat, get a plastic lunch bag, put your meat in the plastic lunch bag with some crushed garlic, beautiful, and a little bit of salt, beautiful, okay? That's already another cheat. You can just leave it there overnight or as long as you want. Okay, but let's get started with Bee Adventure style. Okay, got a nice sharp knife. Now, depending on your style, some people like to leave a little bit of fat on, so a little bit more lubrication when it cooks. Obviously, you're going to trim the fat. We're going to be doing a modified Steak Diane. It's a great dish. You can obviously modify it further for yourself. Now, these are a bit hard, like I was saying. It's still a bit frozen, but that's good. It's perfect. Now, here's a little trick. Already, it's tenderized from being frozen and now defrosted. I'm going to roll it out. Okay. Doing this on camera, I don't want to bump the camera too much, but you get the idea. I'm going to roll this out, okay, and same with the other one. So not only does it spread out the beef to be more even, so it will cook more evenly, okay, you get a nice big steak. That way it also tenderizes it a bit more, so I don't want to hammer this too hard on camera, but you get the idea. Roll it out, okay, and then if it's separating a bit more, see like that, I could roll that out even further, cut off that fat, and even make another smaller steak. Okay, and we can continue to process it more. Okay guys, as you can see, it really spread out, huh? And then got the little piece there. Okay. So rolling is a great technique, really spread it out, but also it'll cook a bit more evenly as well. So you don't have a big hump here and a thinner part. See that? I might as well even cut that off, just to show you guys. Because otherwise it'll cook too unevenly. So I've got a smaller, thinner cut there. Okay, let's get started on the marinade. Okay, now I just cut up 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, 3 cloves of garlic because we got 500 grams of meat. We're just gonna get some dark soy sauce. You can use whatever you like. Come on, baby. So, nice and salty, adds plenty of flavor. You could just stick with the soy and some garlic if you wished. Let's throw that in. Okay. Remember, this is for a larger, this is for 500 grams, okay? So you could obviously use less if you wish. Probably need a little bit more soy. A little bit more soy sauce. I'm also using this metal dish for that reason, to hopefully keep all the marinade together, so we don't need a big tray. You could use a bigger tray, obviously a flat tray would be ideal. And I'm going to put in some sweet chili. Okay, so this is my little concoction, my little recipe. Okay, so this is going to add plenty of flavor, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of chilliness, a little pepperiness. Now the idea with the marinade, guys, obviously it's to add more flavor, but this is a cheaper cut of meat. You wouldn't really do that with maybe a Scotch filet. I have done it, by the way. I have done marinades for Scotch filet. But the idea is if you have a cheaper, simpler cut of meat, and usually you can tell if it's grey, it just depends on the breed of the cattle. In Australia, we tend to have good beef and good cattle. But if it's a simple breed of cattle, you know, it's just rump steak or chuck steak, you know, it's a great way to spruce it up, add a bit more flavour. So we've already frozen it and defrosted it to tenderize it. We've also rolled it to tenderize it more, so it's already feeling very nice. Nicely tenderized. You could also beat it. You know, you could use a tenderizing hammer and beat it. So it's just to get the best value, just to get the most out of what would normally be a simple steak. And a little bit more pepper. And that's it, guys. Now, if you know you're going to cook soon, meaning you're not going to put it in the refrigerator, put some olive oil. Put some olive oil and mix it in, so that way the marinade doesn't burn. I'm going to let this sit for a couple of hours to let it soak in, so I'm not going to put oil. Otherwise the oil will separate and become really gluggy on top. Okay? So then, as you can see, we throw in our steaks. Now ideally you want to let it soak for at least 20 minutes. So if you're about to do a barbecue or have some friends over for dinner, at least 20 minutes, okay? Me, I like to do it for a couple of hours. That's just me. But like I said, if there were some guests coming over soon, I could just serve this straight away. I could just let it sit for 20 minutes in the, even like this, cover it. Like I said, I would have put olive oil and covered it and just wait till the guests come over and start cooking. Because of all the salt from the soy sauce, it acts as a preservative. Okay? Now, I said this is going to be a modified Steak Diane. Steak Diane is typically a cream sauce, so we'll get to that at the end. Okay? But it's a great way to spruce up, you know, an old Steak Diane. You know, you can add mushrooms or to the sauce. All Steak Diane is a cream sauce. Basically a steak with a cream sauce. But this is probably the more crucial part of just making sure the meat's nicely prepared. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and then we'll come back. Okay, as you can see, I finally diced up an onion, just a small onion like this. Okay, you probably only need half. It was just me, I got carried away. Since I'm already cutting it up, I might as well cut up the whole thing. But this is for the sauce, the later. Okay? As you can see, you've got the gas stove. This is a nice thick skillet. We want to get it nice and hot. That's another secret to cooking a steak. Okay, you want to get it nice and hot. If you have an electric stove or it's not really possible, do what you can, like preheat it like this, just let it heat up. I'm just using some nice olive oil. Okay. Remember, I did not put oil inside the marinade, so I'm going to make sure this is nicely lubricated. Okay, so the oil's nice and hot now. We're going to cook these medium rare. I'm just going to cook the two largest parts just to keep it simple. Now, hear that sizzle, that sear? That's why you get it hot. Okay? Yep, again, hear that sear? I'm going to cover it because it's spitting on the camera. I have to be careful and so it doesn't spit on me. That sear is why you get it hot. Just so some people who like it rare or medium rare, you just give it a sear and then take it off the heat. I'm going to turn the heat down. So I'm now putting it on a lower heat. I just did that to get the pan hot. Okay? You can always take it off and put it back on and cook it more. I just want to make a side note. I noticed for some reason a lot of people in Southeast Asia tend to ask for well done. And I think well done because it's safer. They're worried about getting sick or whatever. Okay. But because we're in Australia, premium beef, everything's nice and clean, we're going to go medium rare. Medium rare is perfect for red meat like beef. Okay, otherwise it's overdone and then it's too tough and it's ruined. Alright? So I was just blabbing away there, but so we don't spit everywhere. Yep, very nice. I'm just going to quickly show the camera, it's spitting everywhere, see? Very nice sear. Very nice sear, okay? I've got to be careful, like there's oil spitting everywhere. So basically, the texture we want is, there's a tip, I don't really find it useful, but push this area of your thumb. That's how tough we want it. So you could even push the meat, you know? But anyway, look, we'll just keep going until it has a nice brown to the outside. It's actually very quick, the cooking process. Okay, you know, I'm going to turn it over right now. Okay. So we basically, you know, just keep waiting until it's cooked to your liking. As you can see, on a nice hot high heat pan like this, it's cooking very quickly. See? You could even stop there. If you like it rare, you could even stop right there. I'm just going to let it get a little bit more brown. Okay, so it's getting nice and brown. See how it's bleeding out the top? That's perfect. That's a sign it's been cooked through. The blood is actually coming up the top. Okay, just to show you guys. See? Got a nice brown there. I'm just going to give it one last flip just to get that blood. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to turn the heat off. Okay, turning the heat off. Just that last little sear, just to get that blood. That's perfect. What I was saying before. See, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit like a little spongy. It's hot. I've got to be careful, but yeah, that's perfect for me. Okay, so we're going to take this off the heat, and we're going to let it rest. Beef likes to rest. Most meats do anyway. But just by letting it rest for a few minutes, it lets the meat relax. Otherwise, it's too tough. Okay, so while it's relaxing, we're going to make a sauce. Okay, so all that flavor there, all the oil and flavor, we're just going to throw those onions in. Okay. I'm going to turn the heat back on, obviously. Okay. It doesn't need much. You can even just use the heat from the pan. Okay, so you don't burn it. But all those juicy flavors. See? Okay. See the marinade? We're not going to waste it. We're going to use that as part of the sauce. Okay. You want to cook it through because there's blood in there. Okay. Save those for later. So we're reducing it down. It's the same with the traditional Steak Diane. You might add mushrooms and reduce it down with some Worcestershire sauce or gravy or stock or wine. Okay, but we're just reducing it down. It's already cooked through the blood. That's all we care about. And of course we just want to make sure those onions get nicely cooked as well. As you can see, it's reducing. It's becoming thicker. Yep. I'm going to turn the heat off now. I'm just going to let the heat from the pan. Okay, see it's off. Okay, just let the heat from the pan continue to cook it and continue to cook it through, warm it up. Now here's the secret ingredient. I got thick and creamy yogurt. Okay, it's vanilla yogurt. This is just what I had. The camera to focus. See, this is just what I had. Now you can use thickened cream, sour cream. Sour cream works really nice. It's a good contrast. I'm just going to use yogurt because it's a little bit healthier than what I had and it's very creamy. And also a little bit of an experiment, see how it goes. So, nice dollop of cream. Again, it's the same with Steak Diane, whether you want to use sour cream or thickened cream. So I'm just going to mix that through. Lovely, look at that. Okay, the reason why it mellows out the strong flavour of all that beautiful reduced sauce is very salty and strong. We just want to mellow it out a little bit. And as you can see, I've got plenty of sauce now. So it would go great on potatoes or vegetables, and of course the steak itself. Okay, it's helping deglaze the pan, that sticky pan. Helping to deglaze it. Remember, it's still a hot pan. Okay. Okay, so let's give it a taste test now. Mmm, perfect. Very creamy, yogurty, perfect. Alright, let's plate up. Just quickly chopping up some vegetables, some bok choy. You could use Chinese spinach or cabbage or whatever. I just want to have some greens, keep it healthy. Okay, I'm just chopping up like this so it's easier to cook, much faster. Okay. Okay, the idea was just to get some heat through. See, they're already changing color, becoming dark. That's enough for me. You can even eat them raw. I just wanted to get some heat through it. So, we'll just turn that off. See? That's it, that's fine. Okay, let's hurry up and plate up. I'm getting hungry. Just a little trick. Got some steamed rice. I packed it into this little sugar bowl. Okay. Okay, a little rice cake for presentation. And you get that beautiful steak. See how it's all oozing out? It rested, it relaxed. That's normal, the juice is coming out. A beautiful steak. Okay. And we'll get some of our veggies. So this is great for date night, obviously. You want to impress that special someone, or you just want to spoil yourself and have a nice steak. So we've got a nice balanced diet here. And the real star, the Steak Diane sauce, so my modified Asian. This is really an Asian influenced Steak Diane. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that. And of course you could, I'm gonna pour more on everything, on the rice, everything, but you could put soy sauce or something like that too, but like that, perfect, huh? Let's give you guys a closer look. Beautiful, huh? Okay, obviously you're all dying to try it. Beautiful. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Let's try it. Just to show you guys on camera. Yeah, perfectly cooked. I'm going to cut off another section. That's too much sauce. For me, I like it like that, pink. Yeah. I like it like that, just that little bit pink. Let's get the camera to focus. Like that, no, that's perfect for me. Nice and tender. Yeah, beautiful. So let's try it. Salty, a little sweetness, and the creaminess from the sauce, the yogurt. Perfect. Okay, thumbs up, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Be Adventures out.